How are we doing, Panthers? Welcome back to Coach's Show. I'm your host, Julian, here with Coach Wendel. Last Friday's game was hard-fought, but sadly we lost. Why do you think Friday's outcome was such a low-scoring game?
Well, I think you had two great, or at least one great defense out there in Colleyville Heritage. They don't have a bad player on that team. They're all district type players. They're all players that are back from last year. One's a Power 5 corner that's going to Oklahoma State. The number 14 safety is about as good a safety as we've played since I've been here. I thought all three linebackers were really, really good, and their defensive line did just exactly what they were told and played technique, and they were just a solid team, especially on defense. And then I thought our defense played as well as they're capable of playing. We created 3 turnovers in the first half and a total of 4. And the defense just kept us in the ball game, gave us a chance to win, and ultimately we didn't get it done. But about as special a performance as the defense had in my 7 years here.
Who were the players that really shined last Friday?
I thought really the entire defense played really, really well. Cole Quigley was our offensive player of the week at left guard. But Drew Coleman played probably his best game. Tyler Knighton played a great game. Mikail played a really good game, who's with us today. The entire defensive front really got good pressure on the quarterback, didn't allow them to run the ball, created some turnovers. Xavier Ruffin had a couple of sacks that were big plays in the game. But the people that just everybody on defense really stood out in my mind.
If you went back to last game, what would you have done anything differently?
Every game you wish you would have done some things differently. We got down the one time that we did get in the red zone and get a chance to score, we came away with no points. And I wish we would have maybe thrown a different pass instead of the one in the corner to Cade Tompkins, maybe do something over the middle for him. That probably would have been open. At the end of the game, at the end of the game with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left on 4th down, we didn't have a great play to run. We should have probably punted, tried to pin them deep, and give our defense a chance to get the ball back for us one more time. It's a lot harder to run an offense down on the goal line than it is starting from the 50, and they were able to run out the clock. So there were 2 or 3 things we would have liked to have done different, but that's part of football.
Now let's look at Friday night results of the other teams in our district.
Okay. Richland beat Red Oak 30-14. Mansfield Summit dominated Mansfield Legacy 41-0. And then Birdville upset Centennial, who we play this week. Centennial was ahead 33-7 at one point. Birdville ends up coming back and winning 40-39 on a missed PAT at the end of the game.
As always, you brought some players with you today. Tell us who's here.
Mikhail Denton's with us today. He's a move-in from Killeen, been with us a couple of years now, 2.5 I think, and just absolutely loves football and absolutely loves to come to work every day. About as steady of person as you can find, very dependable, very loyal, and our program's better because Mikhail's in it, and we're proud of him. Plays defensive cornerback for us.
We have Mikhail with us. Mikhail, what position do you play and how did you get started in football?
I play cornerback. I started playing football in 7th grade, pretty much in middle school. I was a wide receiver at the time, so when I changed to corner in 8th grade, it took me some time to learn the position day by day. But as I went on and learned the game, got better at it, and fell in love with it.
What are some of your goals that you have set for yourself and your team?
Really just work on my craft every day of the week and be able to bond my teammates every day of the week and get stronger with them as the season goes on.
Take us through a big play that you were involved in on Friday.
Last week when we played Colleyville, it was a wide receiver screen. Had to shed the block. We do win inside. Was able to shed the block and cause a fumble for us to recover and get back to the offense to give them the opportunity to score.
Thanks, Mikhail. Coach, this week we play against Burleson Centennial. What should we expect to see in this game?
Well, they've got some tremendous talented running backs to give the ball to. They're very, very fast. If they get on the perimeter, it's going to be really difficult on us. We've got to do a really good job defensively of setting our perimeter blocks and cutting it back into the rest of the defense. And then offensively, should be able to, the hope is to move the ball around all over, make them cover the entire field and spread them out a little bit, but at the same time run it inside on them and execute a little bit of the option game. But really block them up front and let our backs be backs and have a chance to make some explosive plays.
What will the team be working on in practice to prepare for this Friday?
Well, it's going to be a very physical game. It's always very physical. It's always a very close match. The last time they came here, they won in the last second of the game on a field goal. And it's a highly emotional week. It's a very important game in district play. So I think you'll see their best, and hopefully the Panthers will be able to give their best as well.
What's been the theme that you've been pushing this week, and how will y'all play that out on Friday?
I think whenever you're playing a team like Centennial, you have to, number one, you have to focus. You have to do your job, and everybody has an assignment. You have to be very, very assignment sound on defense and make sure if you've got the running back, you take the running back. If you've got the quarterback, you take the quarterback. If you have pass responsibility, you take your pass responsibility. They big played us last year in the pass game, so we've had to work really hard to try to correct that. And then offensively, let's just not beat ourselves. Let's not start the game with a turnover. Let's not start the game on the first drive with a penalty. So we're trying to focus and then do our job and then beat Centennial.
That wraps up this week's edition of Coach's Show. Thanks to Coach Wendel and Mikhail for being with us today. This week we're back at the MISD Multipurpose Stadium playing against the Burleson Centennial Spartans. So come out and support our Panthers. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. and just a reminder that all tickets this season can be bought via debit or credit, so no cash will be accepted. Be sure to fill the stands with blue this Friday for our Blue Out. Go to and go Panthers.
Great job, guys.